He meanwhile said nothing. No calls, messages, or postings as of yet. However, he was secretly observing everything, including every live stream, footage, each moment of passion, rage, and dishonesty. He was fed up with everyone speaking for him, and his heart was broken. Just as the fire was beginning to boil that evening, a surprising notice appeared on everyone's phones. At last, Scrappy had posted a single black one message on the screen. No filters or changes tomorrow, my reality. The cast became disorganized. Bambi let her phone fall. Tasha K stopped recording. Mama D just grinned as the following chapter wasn't about publicity no more. It has to do with facing up. The remarks continued to flow. If anything, they had been energized by Scrappy's unfiltered emotional performance. His anguish was relegated to the background while fans analyzed every word, edited his suffering, and converted words into audio for their personal tales of suffering. This ain't just reality TV. This is real-life pain, and we watched it live, one admirer said in a tweet. Bambi was on a downward spiral across the metropolis. She hadn't slept or eaten. She listened to Scrappy's live on repeat in the hopes that she might hear something new. Anything that sounded like forgiveness, but none of it ever did. The quiet that exists between there was disappointment in every line. His voice cracking. The silence before he said her name. The tears he held back. Those words over all else. She wanted to shout, but her throat was blocked with guilt. Her previously immaculate appearance had deteriorated, destroyed. She was losing thousands of followers. Hatred swamped her direct messages. The businesses she collaborated with were quietly terminating their partnerships through emails. However, the hole in her chest that used to be worse than all of that, the presence of Scrappy filled it. Then the last blow was delivered. A brand new headline went viral on gossip websites. Scrappy leaves the house she shares with Bambi in Atlanta. There were pictures of vehicles in motion. Mama D is outside the gate. With the arms crossed, the caption reads, "He's free at last. Free at last." Bambi fell to the ground, holding a phone while sobbing so much that she was gasping for air. Now she had no tale to create, no PR to defend her, and no miscommunication to clarify. Apologies were not wanted on the internet. It desired blood. The first cup had already been poured by Tasha K. It was her final attempt. She sent one line to Scrappy via SMS. "Can we chat, please?" Delivered. Read without responding. That quiet turned into a cry. But Tit wasn't finished. Mama D went live a few hours later, gold lashes flying, champagne in hand, and dressed as though she was going to a party rather than a controversy. "I want to share something with you all." With a voice full of righteousness, she started, "Dawn, my baby is finished. There are no longer chances. Bambi has stopped crying like a crocodile. What did you do with a man who worshipped and adored you? You told a falsehood. After playing him like a violin, you now wish to pretend to be the victim." She raised her glass. Cheers to truth, freedom, peace, and ladies who don't toy. With paternity, the comment section was a crazy place. "Mama D, tell it. She never liked anyway, Bambi. Mama D's performance is urgently needed." Suddenly, the power changed once more. The protagonist was no longer Bambi. Mama D and the tenacious Tasha K now dominated the story. Spice used a fire emoji to share Mama D's livestream. A chuckling statement was made by Erica Minna. Played dumb games to get viral consequences. The criticism wasn't limited to the internet. Bloggers began to receive information from VH1 insiders. An unidentified YouTube host was informed by one producer. "We can't continue filming with Bambi. The energy is poisonous. No one is interested in working with her. Every site turns into a battlefield." The Bambi saga came to a conclusion when Tasha K posted her last reaction the next morning in a clean-cut video captioned, "I said what I said." From the DNA revelation to the backstage altercation, Scrappy's live, and Bambi's effort to change the story. She guided viewers through it. All she said, "I told the truth. The reality was painful. I'm not responsible for it." That relates to the first deception that was told. Bambi wasn't the reason I came. She is upset that the tide has arrived after building her home on sand. She smirked as she finished, "But let's move on to the next controversy. Keep an eye out." Boom! Mic drop. A dot. Tasha K was dubbed the new queen of reality receipts by the internet. Memes started to appear. One had Bambi on fire and Tasha standing composedly with a truth-labeled fire extinguisher. Bambi wasn't finished yet, though. She resurfaced in a poorly lighted room 2 days later. Just her, a phone, and an Instagram Live button, no glitz. "No background music," she started. "I don't expect anyone to believe me." A raspy voice. "I made a mistake. I told AFib to. My burden is that someone loved me." However, I also didn't think the world would tear me to pieces like this. Her voice broke. Everything is gone from me. My peace, my work, and my relationship. And perhaps I'm worthy of some of that. However, I remain a person. I continue to bleed. Additionally, I can still feel every word you write. For initially, the remarks started to change those hearts, those that we think use, yet you continued to lie. Additionally, too late, too little. Where had this energy gone? Before you were revealed by Tasha, she cleaned her face. I'm going to log off for a little. 2 a.m., unsure of my return date, but if I return, I'm returning as someone new since I am no longer able to be her. The though screen went dark. Backstage, at VH1 decisions had already been made by producers. Bambi was taken off the main cast. Scrappy provided his own recovery on his own arc. Tasha K was given a small spin-off of her own. Truth Bombs with Tasha K is a television series. Although Bambi's time was finished, her tale would serve as a warning for years, as a reminder and a lesson. And a no secret remains in the realm of reality TV, forever buried, particularly when a camera-wielding blogger is observing your every action. The mechanical hum of the lights backstage at the VH1 studio did little to break the mounting anxiety that had started to permeate the atmosphere like static. The echo of Tasha K's voice from that now viral live continued to reverberate in Bambi's ears as she sat by herself in her own dressing room, the walls closing in around her. With thousands of comments, DMSs, and story tags coming in like daggers, her phone was still buzzing. Her image in the mirror had a strange appearance. Her pride was dwindling, her lips were trembling, and her eyes were burning. The DNA report was in ruins. Scrappy's illusion had darkened. She already had Mama D on her neck, and it was Tasha now. Proud, boisterous, and shamelessly unconcerned. Bambi's chest grew constricted. Her fingers were on the vanity's edge. It was excessive. She felt more than simply deceived. She sensed hunted. Her secrets were out. It wasn't simply exposure, though. It was turned into a weapon. It was malevolent. It was planned. She was fully aware of the person she held accountable for it. She tightened her mouth and got to her feet. It was enough. With her heels clicking, she ran out of her changing room, firmly into the studio floor, gaining speed with each stride like a freight train approaching a storm. Members of the crew moved aside when they noticed that her eyes were burning. A couple of the actors peeked around corners. At the far end of the hall, phones are already in hand. In the middle of a conference call with the producer, Tasha K stood in the green room, as if she hadn't just exploded. She was laughing and drinking from a branded water bottle. The door blasted open, revealing a scandal of nuclear proportions in the worlds of hip-hop and love. Everybody's heads turned. Bambi made no hesitation. She entered right away. Her gaze was fixed on her objective. Fists, her knuckles were white. From the tight grip she had, there was silence in the room. I take it you find this amusing, Bambi's voice cut through the silence, piercing and poisonous. Do you now find it amusing to ruin someone's life? Tasha K remained unflinching. She dropped her bottle quietly, glanced up and down at Bambi, and then smirked as she inclined her head. My dear, I don't ruin lives. I tell the truth. If your life was destroyed, it may have been founded on false information in the first place. Shocks the showrunner was alerted when a production person began muttering into their earpiece. Bambi went one step farther ahead. Her heaving chest? It was not your place to publish the news. You did not ask me. You didn't give me an opportunity to clarify. You made me laugh out loud when you went live. I posted the information live. Tasha fired back, standing tall now, yet still calm. You attempted to hide the same facts. You were more concerned with preserving your reputation than the truth. And now you're being caught up by it. Bambi lowered the pitch of her voice, risky and emotionally brittle. I'm not someone you know. You have no idea what I've endured. You have no idea how much it took to keep everything together. Tasha K rolled her eyes. Please, by lying, manipulating, and being scrappy, you managed to keep everything together. That individual deserves better than false allegiance and secrets. Something broke inside Bambi at that very moment. She made a lunge. Security moved in instantly, arms raised between them. As he moved forward, inches from Tasha's face, Spice showed up at the door out of nowhere and was dragged by the shouting and hurried to assist in separating the two. Bambi, no! In an attempt to defuse the situation, Spice yelled, Girl, don't